don't want to date me with my eye like this. And I was
They don't
fresh out of
care.
divorce. Wait. And it was like, black woman. And I was like, you know, I kind of kept putting my head down once. And she was like, I think that is so sexy. Oh, shit, that was it right there. See, like I'm doing it now on camera. I don't hide it, you know. But I still have, you know, but they just show you the difference. Because it took one. Never met her again in my life. Never seen, you know what I'm saying? It was out here.
She don't even know she done it.
And they have no idea that, because when she said it, and then was still sitting there talking to me, we just had a nice conversation, and I don't know, when I left from there, I'm in the car and I'm smiling. And at the same time, with tears down my face.
Come on now.
It was like, I got to a point where I didn't want you to see me, period.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gonna talk.
I got a question. I was looking back on some of your pictures. I know that when you were younger, you didn't have, is it cataract you have in your eye?
Neovascular glaucoma.
Glaucoma.
I lost myself, yeah.
Okay. Because my dad, my mom, they had it, but not to that extent. How old were you when you first, because your pictures that I see, you didn't have problems.
What was crazy, man, it was about 11 years ago. And I messed up. And it's so crazy, I was living here.
Really?
And one day I just woke up and my eye was hurting real bad. And at first I thought it was because I got helping a friend of mine. He got in a fight or whatever, whatnot. And, you know, I got hit in the eye, you know what I'm saying, by, I guess, like part of a pool stick or whatever, whatnot. So I'm like, okay, that went away. So I'm thinking, you know, and I never had no problems or whatever, whatnot. And so I woke up and I had a very big opportunity to go to Nashville to shoot a video and make a amount of money. So it was a couple of days before I was supposed to do that. So I took and vision started getting hazy. So I'm thinking I got pink eyes, something like that. And so
And you had 20/20 vision before that?
Yeah, and the pain. Well, I wore glasses, but my vision was still real good.
Okay.
But I never had problems all them years.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking it's from that altercation.
Right.
So, but the pain started getting ridiculous, man. And then my eye was red and stuff like that. And I'm
that
like,
quick?
Okay. Yeah, and so.
How fast did it happen?
Yeah.
It's like a couple of days.
But it, yeah.
Just a couple of days?
Yeah, it can happen. And
that fast?
And so I'm like, I got to go to the doctor. So he so happened to be about to go to the U.S. Open to watch the U.S. Open, right? So he told me my pressure was up in my eyes. So he gave me these drops. And so it cleared. Like, you know what I'm saying? It cleared. So now I could see, no problem. But then he told me, he said, you're not going anywhere. I kept saying I'm going. He said, don't get on that plane. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's going on with the pressure in your eye, the altitude. I'm here. I'm not trying to drive to Nashville. So I flew. And I got there, and I was doing what I needed to do. And I got back to the hotel, and I felt pain I ain't never felt in my life.
Wow.
Like, it was that pain of calling my mama, like, mommy, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, and at first I thought, because I was drinking tequila, I'm like, oh, God damn, this Jose Cuervo, I mean, you know, it's about killing me. And so I was like, I can't. And we went to a doctor out there, and it was like, you need to stay here, not get on no plane. You know, we going to give you something. And again, they gave me these drops, right? And it was like, that doctor should not have never let you leave. You need to have surgery to save your sight. And so I left from there, got on a plane anyway again.
Really? Even after you heard that?
I had to get home. And I was like, I'll be okay. It's like, I'm going to be okay. You know, so I act like I'll keep my eye closed and all this. And when I got home, finally, and I was by my brother, and next thing I know, it was like, I kept doing this, like, wait a minute, something. And it was like, I couldn't see nothing no more. Like, period. So I'm freaking out, and I did. And then I went to the doctor, and they told me, one, you wasn't supposed to fly neither time. Two, the doctor should not have, he should have rushed you exactly to the hospital like the people in Nashville did. And, you know, so now we're going to have to take, and they did an operation, told me what I had, and there's a stent in my eye that takes the disease out to keep it from spreading to this eye.
That's what I was wondering, because most people who have Because my brother takes drops all the time for his glaucoma because he has. My mom did too, but she don't have to do it no more. Hers, you know,
it can subside and you keep the pressure down. Yeah, because people don't realize you have like your blood pressure. You have two sets of pressure. You got
in
the
your
pressure
eyes.
and then the pressure in your eye. And that's when people don't realize you get aneurysms of different things. The pressure in your eye could be telling you about to have a stroke or whatever you're about to have because the pressure in your eye. You might think, oh man, my eye hurting. God, maybe it's the sun or whatever's hurting. No, the pressure in your eye is up. And so, you know,
and
so
it can
that's
spread.
what and then so what they did was they put a stent inside of it, inside of my eye. You kind of feel it if you touch right, you know, here. And every year I have to get that taken out in exchange because what it does, it catches the disease and draws it out and keeps it from spreading so I won't lose the sight in this eye.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And so the crazy part about it is, you know, when I sit down and I wish, like, and it's like...
How old were you when this happened?
He had to be still, he was
40,
an older man,
had
yeah.
to be like 40, 42, 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, you know, when I sit down and just be like, you know, and that's why I tell people I live life the way I live it because one day I won't see this world. You know, because when I lose the sight in this one, it's over.
You may never lose it. They're stopping it, so it may never happen.
I mean, but, you know, when you think about it, okay, for me, easiest accident. Like, I'm very careful if I'm around, like, even playing with my kids. Like, I just play with my kids. I got to the point where I changed the way I play with my kids, like wrestling with them, where I'm a quick do this, put this away from it. So, you know what I'm saying?
A certain bump or anything could cause a reaction.
And then say I lose the sight in this one, I no longer see this world. So I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I said in the song, I'm you know, I got a dead eye, but I could see fakers eye wide shut.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Still. But for me, I live different and I tell people, enjoy this world, see everything you need to see.
That's real.
Because imagine somebody like me that this sight is gone. And by a simple mistake, this one be gone and I no longer see this world, all I accomplish. And that's why I tell people, enjoy what you see.
Did you go through depression when that first happened?
Man, I thought, and at the time I was like, I was divorced. And I just felt like, now I'm gonna look like this freak. You know, I always wear shades and stuff like that. And I thought probably what woman gonna, you know, if I want to date again, who's gonna want me? You know what I'm saying? And then I felt like I knew people had to get depression part came of people staring. And then kids are so unfiltered, you know, but there's time I start learning how to reverse it. You know, kids will be staring and they're like, your eye is blue. And I'm like, yeah, you know how that happened? I didn't listen to my mama. You better listen to your mama. One kid was like, I promise. I'm like, okay,
but that's the same thing. Funny you said that Twisted Black had the same thing to say that the kids, because he had got shot in his face, and he said the kids were basically was the ones that he would really mess with because he say they the ones like you just said.
They gonna come up and ask.
But he said they'll stare. But if they stare, but if you ask, he'll tell you.
You can't hide your face when you walk in the room. You know, little kids.
The stares.
They're gonna stare. So what I would do, because of the way I was built, is if I see you staring, and remember what my dad taught me, I can see you. I may be looking directly at you. I'm not saying I'm no more special than anybody else, but I was taught as a kid.
Right.
And if I catch you staring, I just turn and look. Like,
then they look away.
Yeah. See, now if you look away, well, then you know I'm gonna treat you with disdain. But if you ask the question like, "What happened?" I'd be like, "I got shot," because it was cool. But you got to man up and ask me.
Right.
You know? So it was hard because it's an insecurity, and then I was young, and so I had to fight against that insecurity. I don't really have it anymore, but to a degree.
How long did it take to get over it, though?
You don't get over it.
You don't ever get over it.
It just becomes a part of you.
I had a little girl in the store. I used to always, somehow me and this little girl were always in the store right when I was going through the part of trying to deal with, I didn't want people to see me.
It's like God was setting you up.
And she was strengthening me, right? Because she's like, "Did a guy with the funny eye break out running." So one day I decided, because he used to hurt my feelings. Mom said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "It's all right, kids, okay." And I go sit in the car like, damn, this was going to be the rest of my life. You know, because I naturally have light brown eyes, right? And so, you get back then, girls think, oh, you got pretty eyes or whatever, whatnot. So use that to my advantage. And so, and it's like, now I got this, I look like this freak. And I don't want people to see it. So she would always do it. So one day I just decided, she took off running, I went running behind her. And she's screaming through the store and this and that, whatever, with that.
Beautiful.
And, you know, so I just started, but it was hard. I went through depression with it. I didn't want to be seen, and I wasn't, because they gave me a choice. We could put the stent in, and in time you're going to lose this coloration, or we can take the whole eyeball out and put, you know, a glass eye. And I'm like, I don't want that. Wow. I don't want that. I want what God gave me. And that's it. And I had hopes still, like maybe one day.
Faith,
one day that they'll discover something. Right. But I went through a lot with it, man. And then,
have you met anybody else who have?
I thought, honestly,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm gonna trip you out. After Katrina, in New Orleans, I started seeing, when I moved back to New Orleans, I see a lot of people, their eye was like this, and I'm wondering, what might happen with Katrina, contamination, water, different things, because I start seeing a lot, and people I knew eye wasn't like that before, and I would see a lot of black men, they left eye, a lot of times, left or right eye, is like mine. So I'm like, is that something just with us? You know, as black men.
And you didn't ask?
I didn't bother to ask, and I started research on it because I really wanted to know, and I wanted to make that as a project of mine, of how so many black men end up, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something too, why I love a black woman, like, you know, not just because my mother was a black woman, that's one of the main reasons, but a black woman they have no idea the healing that they are.
Wow.
Because I felt like, man, I'll never date again. I was hiding it, you know, and then when it happened, I was in shape, so I was doing all that, but it was like, I don't want to date me with my eye like this. And I was fresh out of divorce. Wait. And it was like, black woman. And I was like, you know, I kind of kept putting my head down once, and she was like, I think that is so sexy. Oh, shit, that was it right there. See, like I'm doing it now on camera. I don't hide it, you know, but I still have, you know, but they just show you the difference, because it took one. Never met her again in my life. Never seen, you know what I'm saying, was out here.
She don't even know she done it.
And they have no idea that, because when she said it, and then was still sitting there talking to me, we just had a nice conversation, and I don't know, when I left from there, I'm in the car and I'm smiling. And at the same time, with tears down my face.
Come on now.
It was like, I got to a point where I didn't want you to see me, period. Like, I'm like, now, this, look, man, look, you know, one eye is brown and one eye is blue. And it's like, you know, I'm sitting down thinking, well, maybe I can go back into the movies and be the bad guy with a James Bond movie or something. Right. But for what else is going to be there? And then my kids have to see that. You know what I'm saying? And that's, but it took, for, honest to God, a black woman. And even like, you know, for me, you know, wifey now, right? And she was always like, you know, because at first I was kind of shades when you know, we met, and you know, and she took my glasses off, and I would never forget that. She took my glasses off. She said, that is sexy, either way, you know, and I'm like, stop playing, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And she would always say, why you always hide your glasses? What are you tripping? Why you keep hiding your eyes? And it was just a sense of, and that's what trip me out with black women. Like, y'all have no idea, some of them, the strength and what you can accomplish. You know, a black man can accomplish with you guys, not apart from you guys. You know, and for me, somebody that's willing to say, I'm done with music. I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be out there. I'll just stay at home and run businesses from there, whatever, not, because I don't want some people staring at me. And I can't always wear shades. It's dark in clubs at night. You know what I'm saying? I don't want people staring at me. And so it's like, because I could feel it. Now I'm better. You know what I'm saying? But I could feel it at times when I'm talking to people, and I could follow. My brother taught me, you know, FBI, he taught me how to follow people, movements in their eyes, what they looking at. Mm-hmm. You know, in case they're looking behind you and there's somebody behind you. You know, just, you know, because people could look straight forward at you, but they still looking past you.
Right.
And so I will find when I'm talking to people, and they're like, Serv, and it's like, and I could see it, like they're looking. And then I start feeling uncomfortable, and then finally, man, what happened to you? And then the fans start asking a lot. And if you Google Mr. Serv and watch one of the things come up, what happened to Mr. Serv on Eye? So that is there. So I have to look at that. But I've learned to grow
Man.
Up and just, if I wanted to forget it, I can't forget it.
Right.
You know,
but you're strengthening somebody else because you're not the only person that has gone. Because glaucoma is a thing where, and some people have cataract and lost vision in both eyes.
I keep thinking about Mr. Mike because Mr. Mike has. I never asked him about it, but that's my boy. I talk to him all the time.
Because you look at it like
Mike.
that's like I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I wait till the timing is right. Like I just announced that. You know what I mean?
Men won't ask.
No, but I don't know.
Women ask because, like, for me personally, I feel like there's somebody else. It's not. It might be for you because the more you talk about something is the more you get comfortable with it rather than hiding it. But then also you help somebody else who out here who going through depression, who and they could have been going through this for years and
it ain't so bad either though.
Because I don't want them to go through what I went through, like you said, the depression.
But that lady we had the blind goddess story make yours. What you talk? Did you see that one? You didn't see the blind goddess?
Yeah.
Did you seen it? Didn't you?
Yeah, and
it made you feel like nigga. Hey, I'm not as bad as I thought.
And her faith
you watched
is
the whole
so strong.
thing? Did you watch both parts?
No, I didn't get to watch all.
Her faith is so strong, and she got her sight back to a point where she said, "It's like you're looking through a straw."
I mean, and I'm gonna show you something crazy. The corner, right? I used to, and nobody really paid attention except my brother because he knew. Because the little bit of vision that I had, the last little vision, was the corner.
The corner.
So a lot of times, like I used to do this, and you wouldn't even know if I was talking to y'all, and I still had that vision, and I would kind of do this, like, and talk to people, you know, because I just wanted to see, because I just wanted to use what little piece was left, you know, and because people don't understand of standing there every day and watching your sight fade, because 1 minute is fuzzy, and then as the weeks change, you know what I'm saying, it's getting to the point where it's like extra light. Like it's so light, like you know, if your sun is shining, and then sun and light start bothering me, giving me pains and whatever, whatnot, and then next thing you know, all the thing left was this corner that I could see, and then finally it's like now it's like a white, and you know what I'm saying. I used to laugh, say I'm going to heaven in one eye. You know what I'm saying? It's white.
Man,
but I do, you know, because I saw kids, and you know, I saw a kid once, and he's like, my eyes like that, and mom told me after school, I said, look, go get me a phone, and I Googled me, and he was looking at my Wikipedia page, and I said, see, I said, don't worry about it. Look what I've done, and look what I've become.
Right.
And look at, so
motivating.
don't worry about it. I said, you're gonna be good, man. Don't.
That's hard.
Because he was like, they called me freak. I said, I felt the same way.
Because diabetes can cause that too.
Yeah, diabetes can cause
glaucoma too.
Diabetes is one of the main.
Right.
You know, a lot of
because that's how my dad had gotten his because of diabetes.
You know, and it's you know, because mine was neovascular glaucoma.
And that one was caused because you got hit in the eye?
No, it was mostly, I think, you know, because that thing being hit in the eye aggravated it. It had to be, you know what I'm saying? But I think it was more or less like, because it wasn't hereditary. I didn't have that in my family. You know what I'm saying? Maybe on my father's side, I probably didn't know. But, you know, but because it wasn't the fact of diabetes, I don't think, you know, neovascular glaucoma, I think is different. I might be wrong. I'm sure some people going to see this in the hood doctors that stayed at the Holiday Inn going to say, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. You know, but, you know, and I just... But it was rough, man, because then you got to look at the fact when it happened to me, and we all get caught up in this. I'm like, man, I'm Mr. Serv from No Limit Records, and it's like, man, look, and then, but you know who helped a lot? And I pray one day the young man come home, Fetty Wap.
Oh,
because when it was happening to me, he was that hot artist.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
and his eyes.
I'm like, damn, he let people see him. Like,
right.
And I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? But then I stayed quiet, but it still helped a quiet confidence in, you know, that I needed. But it took, like I said, it took a black woman.
That's
you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and I'm comfortable. Like, that's even with white people, I walk around without no glasses on. And have conversations, because at one time I wouldn't even conversate with people because they was asking me like, you should get a patch. I'm like, I'm not no damn pirate. I ain't wearing no damn patch. But, you know, and but black women don't know their power. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea.
on Boss Talk 101. Yeah, we gon' talk.